Okay, guys, you know we're my favorite class, right? So, with that being said, today's class is a little tough. We are entering a new week, which means that we are increasing that intensity level. We're still at that 2 range. There's always a modification. There's always something that you can do ahead of time. So if at any point during today's class you feel a little stressed, you feel overwhelmed, something's not working for you, push back in that child's pose, go into a forward fold, whatever's comfortable for you. Please, 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 please. If you don't like it, please don't do it. I don't want to make you all miserable, and then you don't want to come back on Thursday, and then I'll be very sad. That being said, today's focus is still legs and core. We're going to emphasize more on like a slow action kind of class. So we're not going to, I know it's more of like a cardio kind of component today's class, but we're still going to make sure we're doing like 3-second rule. I know everybody's probably heard of that. So with the 3-second rule, we're going to be going 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. Because when we do those baby pulses, that's kind of what we're going to be emphasizing. I know I tend to go a little bit fast. So if I do end up doing that, don't pay attention to me. Go with the 3-second rule. It's how we get the muscle activation that we're looking for. I will try my best to involve any modifications that we will be looking for in today's class. We will be having blocks. I will be using them at the very end and in the middle of today's class. If you're at home, remember to grab that pillow. Remember to grab any support thing that you can grab. That could be a chair, it could be a couch, could be a table, anything that helps you keep your balance. We will be adding in a balance component in today's class. Other than that, I think that's all I needed to say. So let's go ahead and get started in that child's pose. Keeping our knees wide on the mat, walking our hands forward, taking this time to bring awareness to all 4 corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling your forearms pressed into the mat. Remembering to take those deep breaths, getting centered with your body. Might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. If you're looking to add a bit more mobility through this stretch, go ahead and rock your hips side to side. Taking those deep breaths in. Every inhale, we're trying to walk our fingertips a little bit further forward. And on every exhale, we're trying to sink our chest further into the mat. Expanding through the chest, opening up through your back and through your shoulders. Taking one more deep breath in. On your next exhale, we're pushing all the way up, finding that tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over the heels of our palms, slight bend in that elbow, hips stacked over our knees, keeping our core engaged, lifting through the navel. Taking a deep breath here. When you're ready, we're just going to arch that spine down, lift the chest up, all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, we're squeezing that core, pushing ourselves all the way up. Should feel like someone's taken a string to your belly button and is pulling. Deep breath in, expanding through the belly, chest lifts to the ceiling. Exhale, squeezing the core, pushing yourself up. Deep breath in, one more time, chest to ceiling. Really expanding here. Exhale, squeezing that core, coming all the way back to that tabletop position. From here, we're going to do a little warm-up for our legs, incorporating a few hip circles, lifting that left leg up, circling out and in, engaging the glute, pushing through the heels of your palms, keeping your core squeezed, making sure it's activated the entire time. And going in the opposite direction. Waking up the glutes, inner and outer. Only thing that should be moving is your legs. Trying to focus on keeping your hips parallel to the ground beneath of you. One more. Go ahead and lower that leg all the way down. We're going to lift the other one up. Doing the same circles for the other side, warming up those hips. Squeezing your right glute, pushing through the heels of your palms. And switching directions. Focusing on mobility here, slow and in control. For one more, kicking back. Lowering all the way back to that tabletop position. We're just going to alternate lifting the arm up, wrapping around our back. Alternating here, using both arms, keeping that core tight. Focusing on mobility. Giving yourself a good warm-up so you can improve the quality of today's class. For one more, lifting up, reaching. Go ahead and keep whatever hand you have out up. We're going to kick that opposite leg back, finding our modified bird dog, squeezing the glute, squeezing the core, looking for that straight line from the tip of your finger, top of your head, hips to toes. And we're going to lower down, alternating to the other side, opposite arm, opposite leg, squeeze, and lower. Only thing that should be moving is your arm and your leg. Keeping your hips parallel to the ground beneath of you, focusing on that quality of the movement. Speed means nothing while you're trying to engage your muscles. For two more, really squeezing your core, squeezing your glute, finding that length. Last one, lifting all the way up, deep breath in, lowering back down to tabletop, curling your toes underneath of you, pushing through the heels of your palms. You're going to lift your hips up, finding that downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet, waking up the backs of your legs. Working towards pushing your rib cage into the tops of your thighs. Deep breath in. On your next exhale, you're walking your hands to your feet, finding that forward fold, allowing your spine to lengthen. Feel free to let your arms hang or grab onto your elbows. Taking one big deep breath in. And on that exhale, we're rolling our spine vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way up to standing, reaching your arms above your head. Length through those fingertips, taking little side bends, stretching out both left and right side body. Exhale, we're diving forward, squeezing that core, finding that forward fold. For one deep breath in. Exhale, half lift, going halfway up your shins, hinging at the hip, squeezing your glutes. Deep breath, bring our arms up, squeezing your scapula together, making that Y. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Doing that again one more time, hinging at the hips, squeezing the glutes, finding that half lift. Arms come to a Y, squeezing your scapula together. Exhale, lowering all the way down. We're going to go ahead and walk our hands back, finding that high plank position. Deep breath in, keeping our elbows tight to our core. Go ahead and let your shins fall down to the mat. Deep breath in, lowering down slowly. Exhale, pushing through your fingertips, finding that baby cobra. Looking to increase the stretch through your back. Feel free to look over each shoulder. Deep breath. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Bringing your palms underneath of your shoulders, pushing up, finding that tabletop position. Curl your toes underneath of you, finding that downward dog. Taking a few pedals with your feet, then walking your feet to the top of your mat to meet your hands, finding that forward fold. Taking a deep breath here as we start to begin today's workout. One deep breath in, rolling vertebra by vertebra, coming up to standing. Walking your feet to the outsides of your mat. Bringing your hands to prayer. Deep breath in. We're lowering down, hinging at the hips, squeezing our glutes, making that count to 3. Exhale, pushing up, lifting off with that leg. Deep breath, lowering down, counting. Exhale, lifting off, alternating the lift in our leg. Deep breath. Exhale, using that breath to bring you up, focusing on that balance, squeezing the glutes, using your quads, slow and in control. If you want to increase the intensity, you can hold in that leg lift, lowering all the way back down. Lift, lower, activating the glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, using your arms for 2 more. Slow and in control. Last one, lifting that leg up. This time we're going to bring our hand above our head, stepping that left leg back. We're just going to bring it up and down, squeezing your core, focusing on balance through that right foot, gripping through your toes, finding that length, pushing off through your glute. For 2 more. Transitioning to the outside now, lifting your arm overhead. Kick that leg up, try not to fall. Squeezing through all 4 corners of your foot. For 2 more. And last one. Go ahead and bring that hand to your hip. We're coming up for 4 baby pulses. Swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I messed up the first one. Go ahead and go to standing, reaching your arms overhead. Little side bends. Deep breath. And exhale, folding forward, coming all the way down. Deep breath in. Giving yourself a little break. When you're ready, you're going to find a nice bend through your right knee, bringing your right palm to the floor or on that block if you're looking for height. Lift up your left arm, expand through the chest, length through your fingertips. Deep breath in, hold at the top. Exhale, lowering down. Opposite now, bending that left knee, bringing that left arm to the ground, reaching up through your right fingertips. Hold here. Taking 1 deep breath in. Exhale, lowering down. Switching to the other side now. Looking to increase that mobility, expanding through the chest, finding depth. Remembering to breathe through those transitions using your breath. Deep breath. Alternating 1 more time. Slowly trying to find that length. Exhale, lowering down. Slowly bringing our spine up, vertebra by vertebra, into standing, finding a little bit of mobility through our arms. We're just going to take little circles here, squeezing our scapula, staying strong through those shoulders, trying to keep these circles small. Deep breath in. When you're ready, we're going to kind of bird wing, but you're going to bring your elbows in, squeeze your scapula together. and reach out, palms to floor. Palms to ceiling, elbows in, palms to floor, fingertips wide. Remembering to breathe. Staying strong, lifted, pelvic floor up and in, pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades. For one more. Reaching all the way up to the ceiling, length through those fingertips. And activate a different part of our back now, bringing our elbows down, finding that squeeze in our scapula again, and pushing up through your palms. Elbows down, pushing up. For two more. Last one. Coming all the way down, interlacing your hands behind your back. Rolling out your neck, looking for the point of any tension. Go ahead and hold there until you feel a release. For one deep breath in. And when you're ready, we're going to take that forward bend, bending at the knees, lifting up through our shoulders, looking to increase that depth. Remembering to breathe. Deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and let go of those arms. Forward fold. Taking one more deep breath here. When you're ready, we're going to step back, finding that downward dog, pushing through the heels of our palms, working towards meeting our ribs to the tops of our thighs. One deep breath in. When you're ready, we're going to lift that left leg up, three-legged dog. Feel free to point those toes to the ceiling or bend that knee and open those hips to the wall to your left. Still trying to keep our shoulders parallel to the floor beneath of us. Holding here in this stretch for one more breath. And when you're ready, we're bringing our left knee to our right elbow and kicking back. Remembering to squeeze our core, keeping everything engaged. Pushing through our shoulders, left knee to left elbow. And kick back. Left knee to middle. And kick back. One more time, deep breath, left knee, right elbow. Kick back. Left knee, left elbow. Kick back. Still squeezing through our core. This time, left knee to middle, but we're placing our foot between both of our palms, finding a low lunge, lowering that knee all the way down to the ground, lifting up, taking a deep breath. Feel free to lift arms through head, looking for that length, or keep arms in prayer if that's comfortable to you. Doing whatever feels good in this stretch. Working towards increasing that depth. One more deep breath in. This next stretch, if you need blocks, go ahead and place them at your sides. Just going to straighten out that front leg. Feel free to keep your toes on the ground if you're looking for a hamstring stretch, but if you're looking for more stretch in your calf, go ahead and lift those toes all the way up to the sky. Deep breaths. Next exhale, we're going to rebend that knee. Hold. And exhale, straightening back out again. One more time, bending that knee. And straightening back out. This time we're going to bend the knee, but we're going to come all the way up, lifting straight and tall through our chest, bringing our arms in front of us, doing a little bit of a gate opening exercise, lifting, bringing that left arm to the side, and closing, looking for length through your fingertips, staying strong through your left glute. Looking to increase that mobility through your chest. And one more. Closing the gate, we're going to bring our fingertips to our temples. This time we're going to bring opposite elbow, opposite knee, lifting up through the core. Feel free to stay here. Or if you're looking to increase the intensity, you're just going to reach back with that opposite arm. Elbow to knee, lifting through core, staying balanced through that left glute, and reach back. Should be feeling a nice stretch through your quads, through your lower back. Doing this at a pace that's comfortable to you. For one more, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Reach back. This time we're going to lift off, pushing through our left glute, coming all the way up into that high lunge. Feel free to plant your foot all the way down if that feels comfortable, holding here. Allowing yourself to sink further into this stretch, keeping your left knee over your left ankle. Deep breaths in. When you're ready, go ahead and try lifting up your left heel. Feel free to stay here. If you're looking for a bit more intensity, you're just going to try rocking back and forth. Doing whatever is comfortable for you. You should feel this in your left quad, in your left calf. Deep breaths. Feel free to keep that heel lifted if you'd like, or lowering it all the way down to the ground if you want more of a quad focus. Here we're reaching our hands up, slowly lowering, bending that right knee, pushing up through our left glute and reaching forward. Should be burning your thigh a little bit, welcoming that heat and that energy. Focusing on quality, 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. For 2 more, still trying to keep that knee stacked over that ankle. Last one, we're gonna pulse for 2, lift for 1. Pulse for 2, lift for 1. Almost done, I promise. For 2 more. Last one, pulsing all the way up to standing, reach, link through those fingertips, palms all the way back down to prayer. Go ahead and lift your left leg up, either staying here in tree pose, or feel free to kick that leg over top of your thigh, slowly lowering down, finding your standing figure 4, whatever is comfortable for you. Finding a nice stretch for that hip. Deep breaths. Exhale, coming all the way back up to standing. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold all the way over your legs. And when you're ready, we're stepping back with both feet, finding that high plank, keeping our shoulders stacked over the palms of our hands, elbows tight to the sides of our body. Go ahead and let your shins sink to the floor, slowly lowering down, pushing up through your fingertips, finding that baby cobra. Option to look over each shoulder, remembering to breathe. Exhale, lowering down. Go ahead and kick your left leg up and reach back. If you can't grab your foot, that's okay. Just reach. If you can, slowly working towards bringing that heel closer to your glute. Exhale, letting go of that leg, kicking that right one back up. Reaching for that foot. If you can grab it, slowly working towards getting that heel all the way to your glute. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we're letting go of that foot, bringing our palms under our shoulders, pushing up, finding a tabletop position, curling your toes underneath of you, lifting through your pelvis and your core, finding that downward facing dog. When you're ready, we're walking our feet to our hands, forward fold, finding length through our spine. One more deep breath in. Exhale, rolling vertebra by vertebra up, stepping our feet to the outside of our mat. Deep breath in, lowering down, finding that squat, lifting up, opposite leg. Quality over quantity. Engaging your glutes, your core, your quads. Squeezing through all four corners of your foot. For two more. And last one, lowering down, doing the same thing, but for the right side of our body now, bringing that same side arm up, kicking that right leg out. We're lifting up, kicking back. Bringing that knee to your palm and kicking back, staying strong through the core. Looking for balance through all four corners of your left foot. Remembering to breathe for two more. And last one. Go ahead and kick that knee up, bringing that arm overhead, and doing side pulses now. Slow and in control, remembering to breathe, making your breath work for you. Last one, bringing that hand to your hip, coming up for little pulses. Go ahead and set that foot back down, reaching up, finding length through your fingertips, and diving over your legs, forward fold. Still remembering to breathe. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to step back with that left foot all the way into a lunge, lowering that knee down to the ground. Go ahead and grab your blocks. As you work on settling into this stretch, focusing on trying to keep that knee stacked over your ankle, letting your hips fall further into the floor. And when you're ready, we're just going to straighten that front leg out. Bringing our toes to the ceiling if you're looking for more of a calf stretch. Holding here for one deep breath in. Exhale, rebend. Deep breath in and straighten. Breathing, letting your body know it's okay to relax. Giving yourself a good stretch. We're going to bend one more time, lifting up through our core, coming into an upright position, bringing our hands in front of us, and opening that gate to the right now. Pushing through your right foot. You might find that one side has better balance than the other. That's completely okay. We're just focusing on expanding through our chest and our upper spine. Remembering to breathe for one more, opening that gate. This time as we close, we're going to bring our fingertips to our temples, opposite elbow, opposite knee, lifting back up, reaching back, same arm. Fingertips, temples, opposite elbow, opposite knee, reaching back, same arm. As you start to get comfortable, feel free to do this at your own pace, in a way that's comfortable for you. For one more. And when you're ready, we're coming back to center. We're going to push through our right glute, curl our left toes under, finding that high lunge. Taking the time to get adjusted here, letting your hips sink. Deep breath. When you're comfortable lifting that right heel off the ground, feel free to stay here. If you're looking for a bit more intensity, you're going to want to rock back and forth. Finding a bit more of a calf workout here. Making sure our quad is activated, our glutes. Deep breath in. And on your next exhale, we're reaching our arms out in front of us, slowly lowering that knee down and pushing up through that right glute. Lowering down, pushing up, down, and up. For one more. Bring right into those pulses. Pulse for 2 and up. Squeezing that right glute, pushing through that quad. For 2 more. Last one. All the way up and into standing, reaching overhead. Little side bends. Exhale, hands to prayer, lifting up that right leg. Feel free to stay here in tree. If you're wanting to work more on your balance, kicking that leg over, slowly lowering down, finding that figure 4. A nice stretch through your right hip. Focusing on your breathing. Again, you might find that one side is better balanced than the other. That's okay. Deep breath in, coming all the way up to standing, finding that reach, stepping our feet to the outside of our mat, slowly coming down, finding that full floor squat. From here, you're going to want to take one block and place it underneath of you. If you don't have a block, don't worry, you don't need to. You can do everything from the floor as well. Deep breath in. You know, everybody's been wondering when we're going to do core. Don't worry. sitting on that block. Bring your hands behind you if you can. If you can't and you find this uncomfortable in any way, feel free to just sit on the floor. It's completely okay. We're going to lift our feet up, tucking our knees in, and extend. Remembering to breathe, using your hands as support, squeezing your core, staying lifted through your chest. Deep breaths in. For 2 more. And last one, we're going to lower our feet all the way to the ground, pushing our glutes up, kicking one leg up. Doesn't matter, we're going to alternate opposite crunch, lowering down, lifting up, opposite leg, crunch, kicking out, and lower down. Last one. And lowering that foot all the way down, glutes to the block. Go ahead and take a deep breath. When you're ready, we're going to lift one arm up, temples to fingertips. We're kicking that leg out. Deep breaths. Squeezing that core, keeping lifted through that chest. For one more, and we're pulsing at the top, squeezing that core, lowering that foot all the way down. Opposite arm, switching to the other side now. We're kicking up, lowering down. Elbow to knee, modified bicycle. Remembering to breathe. For 2 more. Last one, pulsing at the top, squeezing that core, and lowering all the way down. Go ahead and take that block out from underneath of you. Bringing your feet in line with your glutes. You're just going to let each of your hips sink to either side. Finding a bit more hip mobility here. For 2 more. And last one. Bring your feet together. Just going to reach back with our left arm, slowly trying to come down to our forearm. If you can't, that's okay. Reaching over with your right hand overhead, slowly looking for a stretch through your right side body. Deep breath in. Exhale, rolling to the opposite side now. Resting on your right forearm, reaching over with your left arm. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lifting up, grabbing both blocks. We're almost done, I promise. Feel free to hold here in boat pose, grabbing onto each block with your hands, doing an alternated lift. If you'd like to increase that intensity, you can also lift your feet off of the mat as well. Finding that alternated lift here, focusing on keeping your chest lifted, your core engaged. Intentional movements. for 2 more. Last one, lowering those blocks all the way to the floor. You guys are gonna love this one. So we're gonna go down all the way on our back. Keep one of those blocks handy. We're gonna pick both of our feet up. And as we open for a scissor kick, we're gonna lift that block, reach through, and grab it with our other hand. Alternate. Keeping that core engaged. If you can't get that block all the way through, don't worry. You can just tap your hands together behind your leg as well. Or reach. Only 10 more seconds. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing those knees in, giving yourself a big hug. Go ahead and let yourself rock side to side. That was so much fun. Yay! One more deep breath. On your next exhale, go ahead and let your feet fall back down to the mat. Kicking your right foot up, bringing it over top of your left. Go ahead and grab on to your left hamstring or your left shin. Bringing that leg closer to you. Option to rock side and to side if that feels comfortable. Allowing yourself to stretch. Finding a release through your hip. When you're ready, we're going to let our hands fall to either side of our body, gently letting your hips drop to the left. Still trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. Gently breathing into this stretch, letting your body know it's okay to relax. Another deep breath up, coming back to center. Unhook your right leg from your left. Pick your left up and hook it over your right. Feel free to stay here or grabbing on to the back of your right leg or your right shin. Gently letting yourself rock side to side. Taking another deep breath in, letting your hands drop to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the right. Still trying to keep both shoulders planted on the ground. When you're ready, we're coming all the way back up to center, unhooking our legs, bringing the soles of our feet together, gently letting your knees fall to either side of your body. One hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time to let go of any tension built up throughout the day. Bring awareness and intentions for the rest of your day. Taking a full brain scan here. Is there tension in your temples, your jaw, your shoulders? your stomach, your legs. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Following your breath, you might try box breathing. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold and repeat. Slowly allowing yourself to sink further and further into the floor. That brings us to the end of today's class. Thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to come back on Thursday where we can stretch all of that out. I know today was pretty rough. It was supposed to be. We're going to gradually start increasing the intensity, but slowly. Hopefully you don't notice it as much. Remembering to sleep so that your body can recover. Eating good, nutritious food, help your body recover as well. Other than that, look forward to seeing you all again on Thursday.